Hello guys, today video we will be ranking every sword in the game. This ranking is based on PvP and farming as well. Before commenting your opinions, keep this in mind. The entire ranking is based on my opinions and based on really good PvP users 30 meter bounty. It's not entirely my opinion. Without wasting any more time, let's begin with the video. At number 36 and number 35 we have Katana and Cutlass. Of course these swords are the worst. For people who say they're the best, DM me on Discord EeechanYTs and send me proof. At next we have Dual Katana followed by Triple Katana. I won't need to explain Mallet, since these swords are used the least it would be waste of time. Pike at number 32 and Iron Mace at number 31. Iron is actually good. Next is number 30 as Warden Sword and 29 as Dual Headed Blade. Both are bad for everything. At number 28 we got Trident, which is a good troll sword, and Shark Sword, which I recommend if you're at first sea and do not have Saber or Bacento sword. At number 26 we got Pole First version. This is a really good sword for farming in first sea as well, because it does not fling and deals decent damage. Long Sword is maybe good for PvP. I do not use this sword a lot. It was a meter once upon a time, but I don't think it's used anymore. The teleport skill is really good of him, plus it can blind the user for a second or something. Yeah, it just doesn't fit in the meter anymore. Gravity Cane is decent in everything because of the flings. It isn't really good at farming, but for PvP it can be used and make decent combos with it. It's better than Jit in my opinion. Sadie is a decent sword at farming, and for PvP it can be used, but it's not really good. The sword's dance skill is only useful because of the big AoE. Same goes to True Air Slash skill. Wando is better than Sadie, just because it can hold the player for a longer time, dealing good amount of damage, and it is in fact better for farming than Sadie. Bacento, the one piece mean sword, is pretty good for farming, and for PvP is really bad because the skills just aren't too good. The soul execution is good, but the pushbacks from the skills are too much. I wouldn't use this in PvP unless you wanna try experiments with it. Midnight Blade is a mid-tier sword with good skills. To use in PvP it can be used as a support sword as well. For gun main and sword main it's not as good as the upcoming swords, that's why it's ranked this low. This sword is bad at farming. Please don't use it for farming. Hallow Scythe is a great sword for boss farming, especially because of the passive. The only good thing about Hallow Scythe is its passive. The passive basically will deal 1.4 times more damage the lower their health, which is really useful while killing bosses. You can use this sword for PvP as well, but making combo with this sword may be an issue because of the knockbacks for both the skills. Every 25th of the month I host a Dark Blade giveaway in my Discord server. If you want to participate in the giveaway, make sure to join my Discord server. Link is in the description. Please make sure to subscribe, like, and share the video to be eligible in the giveaway. He was our previous month's giveaway winner. Congratulations to him for winning. True Triple Katana lacks a lot of skills that is required for PvP or farming. I would say it's kind of decent for farming, but for PvP you might need a really strong combo which might not be really easy to use. It's just that there are better swords than True Triple Katana now. On next we got Dark Dagger, just amazing for PvP no matter if you have good aim and prediction. This sword is perfect for you for bounty hunting. This sword actually requires aim skills than any other sword, since the hitbox is really tiny. For farming it's a disappointment, just do not use it for farming. Next we got his Soul Cane. This is till today one of the most used sword in Blox Fruits for PvP. You can use Soul Cane as sword main, and as any other main as well. As a sword main this sword is perfect because of the damage and stuns which even Ken breaks. As a support it can break and stun you at the same time, which can be used as a combo extender. That's why Soul Cane is a big win for PvP. For farming it's not really good. It took me more than a week to farming mastery for this sword, so yes, use it only for PvP, nothing else. You might be surprised why. Twin hooks is rated this high. It is in fact a really good sword. The stun of the sword is amazing. It has high combo potential and can fit in any combos. You can use this as a support sword as well. For farming it's At next is Yammer. Yammer is a great sword for PvP, especially its X skill, that is Infernal Hurricane, is mostly used as a support skill, and the Z skill as well, Hellish Slash. Yammer is a great support sword, but you can even use it as sword main. It's a good combo potential sword and bad for farming as well. You should know that most of the high tier will be bad for farming, since it's more focused in PvP. Canvander is similar to Yammer, but it's not really good for support. It can be used as sword main for good combos. The damage is good of a sword. You can say this sword holds great combo potential just like the other high tier swords, and not good for farming either. There are many crazy combos on Canvander out there. The only reason Dragon Trident is ranked so high is because it's good for farming as well as PvP. You might say why? It literally flings the NPC away while farming. You can just simply use the Z skill from the air aiming downwards while farming with Dragon Trident, and of course it is good for PvP because the skills can be used for combo easily. Shisu has never left the meta since released. It has always been a strong sword and still is a strong sword. This sword has great combo potential skills and is good for running as well as chasing users. It's not that hard to use either, and it does require skills to use. This sword is decent for farming. There are better swords than Shisu right now, that's why it's at number 10, but it's still quite high rank compared to the lower swords. Funny thing is, one of true triple katana sword is stronger than true triple katana itself. Koko is a sword more similar to Shisu. This sword could probably be at number 10 or either way, because it's very similar to Shisu. I ranked it higher than Shisu, just because its animation looks cooler than the after hit effect, lol. This sword has great combo potential as well. I really like this sword personally, and I use it a lot after the number 1 sword in the video. You should give it a go as well, if you haven't used this in PvP. We know this sword most of the bounty hunters use it, and especially the good bounty hunter YouTubers. This sword is crazy powerful. Because of the pull skills, it can counter every single knockback skill in the game, which most of the skills have knockback. This flying trident pull skill has really long range. I have no idea how much, but it has a long range, to be honest. Skills that has really long knockback like Superhuman C, Electric Claw C, Dragon X skill, etc. This is the best support sword you can use for them. This sword is great either way. Just because it's not really good for farming, I have ranked it lower than others. Next we have Ringoku. It's a little underrated since the latest updates, but still holds the title of the highest burn damage in the game. This sword was once as the best sword in the game because of the burn damage, but after an update it got replaced by few new swords. The burn damage is so good that it doesn't let the enemy activate their observation haki. Because of that, you can use Ken haki dodgeable skills since they can't active their Ken. This is a good sword to counter Ken haki, and the damage of this sword is crazy high. For farming it's not really recommended since it hits single enemy. You should remember, when I said a sword replaced Ringoku, you might have guessed that it would be Buddy Sword. Buddy Sword is a really strong and broken sword for PvP in my opinion, and especially the other people opinion who I asked. Buddy Sword can break Ken. The first skill and the second skill deals crazy damage. These two skills are like teamwork, which is why this sword is really good in PvP. The sword holds great combo potential and can be used mostly as sword main because of the damage. I don't recommend this sword for farming either. Pole, second form, is one of the sword that can be good for farming as well as PvP. Let's talk about farming first. All the skills of Pole does not fling the NPC, which is why it's really good for farming. I could farm mastery for this sword really easy. Second, for the PvP, this sword is good because of the Ken breaking skills. After the nerf in the previous updates, the Z skill of Pole Hand of God could be dodged with Ken haki, but it didn't make the sword really that bad. It was a good nerf because the sword was really broken before that. This is a big win sword and it's really worth the farm. Tushita has good combo skills, and especially the great thing about it is its hitbox. The hitbox of Tushita is really big. For first skill it deals a lot of damage and even break Ken haki. What more is required in a sword if it has these kind of features? Well, of course it has its own costs. but we're not really gonna discuss that in this video. Tushita combo potential is decent and not too good because it have fling skills and knockback skills and there is no spiky trident coming to counter his lol. This was only one con about it, there could be more. For farming is quite decent, but the next swords are better. Does Tushita give bad luck? Just joking. Now going to the top 3, we have the number 3 sword is Saber version 2. This saber right now deals the highest damage in the game including the skills and the upgraded version of it with maximum mastery, that is 600. Since it deals this high damage it is really good for farming and PvP. Especially for farming this sword is good because of the AoE and damage of the sword, and for the PvP it's because of a similar reason. You can create crazy damage combos using this sword which will actually surprise you. If you're curious to know how much damage does it actually do, you can go to the video link in the description, and in that video I showed every sword damage including skills. Before the last 2 let's play a minigame. I will let you take a guess for the sword that will be ranked number 1 in today's ranking list. If you think it's Cursed Dual Katana then type Zoro in the comments, and if you think it's Dark Blade then type Mahawk in the comments. I will give you 10 seconds to comment down below. Time is up. As I said in the start of the video, that this tier list is based on PvP and farming, both are included in this. So at number 2 we have Cursed Dual Katana. This sword is the latest sword in the update and is really strong for PvP. The sword isn't much good for farming, so it is really sad if you commented Zoro in the comment, but no problem, better luck next time. Both the skills of this sword is really strong, both can be charged up, and both the skills can deal crazy damage. The dash range when hold for Cursed Dual Katana second skill is really big, you can escape or chase with this sword really easily. And the best sword in the list today is of course Dark Blade. Congrats to whoever commented Mahawk in the comments. Dark Blade is actually a strong sword in the game, it's great for PvP and for farming as well. Unfortunately some cannot get this item because it costs $1200, but it is quite worth it. You can even obtain this from trading, but people mostly overprice Dark Blade, so good luck on that. Dark Blade have awakened skills. If you hold them, it will basically get awakened, giving a boost on the skill. Obtaining Dark Blade as a beginner is a big win and easy peasy farm. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe this channel for more similar videos. Comment down your opinions. I love reading your opinions in the comment. Thank you so much for watching till the end.